model for today. For the purpose of our case study, Tracy is a 56-year-old woman with chronic low back pain and scoliosis. She has just undergone about a 3-week graded exposure exercise plan and is now ready to begin Pilates type exercises and abdominal strengthening. Her main goal is to be able to play with her grandchildren with more ease. And so our aims for today's session is to strengthen the deepest abdominals, mobilise the thoracic and lumbar spine, and also integrate some functional exercises like squats. So, to get started, if you'd like to lie on your back for me please, Tracy. So our first key Pilates principle is breathing. So, if you'd like to just take a deep breath for me, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. Cool. So I can see your natural breathing pattern is a mixture between upper chest apical breathing and basal breathing. In Pilates, we want to try and breathe into your lower rib cage. So if you'd like to place your hands on either side of your lower ribs, relaxing those shoulders, good. And can you try and take a deep breath, only pushing the air into your lower ribs. So big breath in and out. One more, directing all that air into your hands. Good. So throughout our Pilates exercise, we want to try and breathe into our lower ribs. Good. Our next principle is centering. So firstly, throughout our exercises, we want to keep a neutral spine. So if you'd like to try and tip your hips away from you like me. So tipping it away from you, creating an arch in your low back. Now can you rock your hips towards you so that you flatten your low back? Good. Tip those hips away. And flatten the low back. Our neutral spine is somewhere between these 2 points. So I should be able to slide my hands just about a third of the way under your low back. That's good. And throughout this class, I'd like you to think that you've got a little blueberry that I've slid under your low back, and I don't want you to squash it by flattening your low back, but neither should you have such an arch in your back that it can roll away. So that's good there. Cool. So once we've got our neutral spine, we're going to engage our centre, which is our deepest core muscles, our transverse abdominis. So if you can get your fingertips and place them on your bony hip bones for me, please. And we're going to go a couple centimetres in and a couple centimetres down. Yep. This is right where your transverse abdominis sits. So you don't have to dig in, just lightly have your fingers there. Take a big inhale for me. And as you exhale, can you think of that pelvic floor net of muscles sitting in your pelvis, lifting up towards your fingers. Inhale to hold. Good. Exhale to relax. Alright, do you mind if I have a feel? Cool. So, inhale to prepare. Exhale, draw those pelvic floor muscles up. That's good. Inhale to hold. Sorry. Alright. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, draw your pelvic floor muscles up. Good. Inhale to hold. Exhale to completely relax. Good. One more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, think of lifting those pelvic floor muscles up. So it's not a maximal contraction, only about 30%. And relax. We'll do that just one more time. Inhale, lifting those pelvic floor muscles about 30%. Good. Hold. And relax. Good. Okay. Our next principle is our rib cage placement. So we don't want to be flaring your ribs when we do these exercises. You want them to be very gently knitted together, and your lower ribs should always have contact with the mat. So what we'll do, I'd like to lift your hands up to the ceiling, keep that neutral spine, keep that centre engaged. So inhale, exhale, engage your centre. Good. Now without moving your ribs, can you move one hand overhead and back up? Good. Other side. Good. Now both. Inhaling away, exhaling up. Good. And all the way down. And we always want our ribs nicely stacked over our hips. Now next is our shoulder blade placement. You always want to have your shoulders nice and relaxed. Yeah, collarbone nice and wide, shoulder blades gliding down your back. Good. And lastly, our head and neck placement. So in Pilates, we don't want to be creating a double chin, and neither do we want to be looking up and around behind you. You want to have your head in the middle there with the back of your neck nice and long. So can you very gently nod your chin towards your chest? And just imagine that we've got a little peach or something that you're hanging on to. You don't want to squish it and have juice running down your chest. Neither do you want it to fall off and roll away. So just a gentle nod, back of the neck long, that's good. Cool. Alrighty, so our first exercise is called shoulder bridge, level 1. And it is to mobilise your low spine and also activate your glutes. So you can watch me the first time. Oh, I need my ball. Okay. So, feet flat on the floor, shoulder blades gliding down. With your knees, you're going to very gently squeeze that ball. And we're going to inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, you're going to tip your hips towards you and actually flatten the low back. And then roll all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, until your shoulders, hips and knees are in line. We don't want to go above that. So the hips aren't getting as tall as they can, they're just staying long, we're keeping that neutral spine. Then you're going to soften your chest and slowly roll down, all the way back to the mat. Okay, so let you have a go, so gently hanging on to that ball. So arms down by your side, nice and relaxed. We're going to inhale and we're just going to start with some little pelvic tilts. So as you exhale, can you flatten your low back? Good. Inhale, release back to neutral. Good. Exhale, flatten your low back and try and squish my hand. That's good. Release back down to neutral. Good. One more like this. Squish my hand and relax. Good. Now this time we're going to roll all the way up. So inhale, and as you exhale, flattening your low back. And you're going to keep rolling, lifting your hips up off the mat and roll through your spine. So lift your hips up.
Off the ground?
Yeah.
My legs?
I'll show you.
Oh, like that, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Then we're going to soften your chest and roll all the way down. So we're trying to get movement through our spine here. All the way down until you're back into that neutral spine. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Tip your hips towards you. Rolling up. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Soften your chest. Roll back down one vertebrae at a time. That's good. Okay. And again, inhaling. Flattening your low back. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Softening the chest and rolling back down. Now on this next one, try and make it a fluid movement, so no jerking. Inhaling, exhaling, rolling all the way up until your weight is mostly on your shoulders. Then soften the chest and roll back down. Good. Last one here, rolling up. Inhaling at the top and exhaling to roll back down. Good. Alright, now that we're a bit warmed up, we're going to move on to our next exercise, which is called one leg stretch level 1. And this is to start activating your deep core muscles. And also it's going to train you on separating your leg movements from your hips. So, I'll demonstrate first. Arms are going to be long down by your side. We're going to inhale. And as you exhale, engaging that centre, making sure we've got the neutral spine. And you're going to exhale to slide one foot along the floor and inhale to draw it back in. So exhaling, sliding the leg along. Inhaling to draw it back in. Okay, so making sure you've got that neutral spine. Shoulders nice and relaxed. And we're going to slide this leg down as you exhale. Yeah. Inhale to draw it back in. Very good. And again, sliding along as you exhale. Relax your shoulders. Good. Draw back in. Good. And sliding away. Using those abdominals to draw it back in. That's good. 2 more times on this leg. And inhaling. Good. Last one. And sliding back in. Alright, now we're going to do this leg. So make sure that this knee stays still. Exhaling, sliding this leg away. Try keep your heel on the floor if you can and slide it back in. Yeah. Exhaling away. Inhaling back in. Good. And again. Good. Inhaling back in. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Sliding away. And back in. Last one. And back in. Good, now we're going to do one leg at a time. So sliding your right leg away, exhaling out. Inhaling in. And the other side, sliding out, keeping those hips steady. Sliding back in. Good, other side. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Good. And the other leg. One more on each side. Sliding that heel along the mat. And last one. Back to neutral, good. And relax everything. Well done. Okay, our next exercise is called Scissors Level 2. And it's also going to strengthen your deep abdominals and work on that dissociation between your legs and your pelvis. So, just watch me for the first time. So, we're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to slide one of your feet along the mat so that's closer to your bottom before lifting up to a tabletop position. And then you're going to lower it back down. So sliding that foot, using the abdominals to bring it up to tabletop, and then lower back down. Cool. Alright, so inhaling, engaging that centre. Good. Sliding this foot along the ground and then lift it up so that your shin is parallel with the mat. Good. Inhale to hold and exhale. The whole thigh is going to move away from you to return to the mat. Good. And again, inhaling, sliding that foot towards you. Exhale to lift up to tabletop. Inhale to hold. Exhale to lower the knee. Good. And again, sliding that foot in. Exhaling up. Good. And lower. Make sure your hips aren't rocking here. Keep that core engaged. And again. Good. And lower. And again. Now this time as you do it, I want you to imagine you've got a steaming cup of tea or coffee on this knee. And you don't want to be wobbling that knee. You don't want that cup to spill. So, exhaling, bringing this knee up to tabletop. Don't let that knee move. Good. And lower. One more time on this leg. Good. And lower. Now we'll do this side. So sliding in towards your bottom. Exhaling as you come up to tabletop. Parallel. Yeah. And lower. Good. And again. Very good. Not letting this knee roll in or out. That's good. And again. lower. 3 more on this side. Now don't forget about that blueberry under your low spine. That's good, a good neutral spine. And 1 more there. And lower. Good. And relax. Cool. Okie dokie. So our next move is called double tabletop prep. And what we're going to do here is we're going to be activating your deepest core muscle along with the more superficial abdominal muscles, your obliques and your rectus abdominis. So it's going to strengthen your abs and prepare us for our next exercise. So if you watch me for this one, we're going to inhale as you exhale, just like in that scissors move. One leg's going to come up to tabletop. But then from here, you're going to try and imprint your ribs into the mat. So it's not going to be a max bracing. We shouldn't see any bulging when we do this move. But just a very gentle pressure on those upper ribs. I like to think of like a brick sitting there. Just causing a bit of pressure so that your lower ribs sink down into the mat before you bring the other leg up to tabletop. Then you'll lower the first leg, then lower the other leg. Okay, so I'll let you have a go. So relaxing those shoulders, we're going to inhale, and as you exhale, sliding one heel along the floor and then up into that tabletop position. Inhale to hold. I'll let your foot rest on my knee actually. And as you exhale, that's the one, gently press the ribs down into the mat before you lift the other leg up to tabletop. Good, and they can sit here. And relax. Now, as you exhale, we're going to lower the first leg back down to the mat. And then the other leg as you exhale. Good. Alright, again, inhaling to prepare, exhaling, bringing one leg up to tabletop. Keeping your neutral spine, can you think of gently pressing down those ribs? Good. Other leg comes up to tabletop. Inhale to hold, exhale, lower the first leg. Relax those ribs and lower the other leg. Good. And again, this time starting with this leg, sliding that leg into tabletop. Keep the shoulders relaxed, gently pressing the ribs down. Yep, other leg comes up to tabletop. First leg lowers. Relax the ribs. Second leg lowers. And again, sliding that leg up to tabletop, this one. Very gently, not maximal, just a little gentle pressure. Other leg comes up. Lowering the first leg, relaxing the ribs, lowering the second leg. So you're doing a really good job with your neutral spine, just try to keep those shoulders relaxed. Good. And again, sliding that leg up to tabletop. Gentle pressure on the rib cage, other leg comes up. Inhale to hold, exhale, lower the first leg, relax, lower the other leg. Alright, and we'll have a little rest. That was good. So our next exercise is a progression from that one, and it is called Scissors Level 2. So we start in our tabletop position, and just like our first scissors, one leg is going to reach away from the thigh, then come back up to tabletop. Reaching away, back up to tabletop. Keeping that neutral spine, we don't want to be doing that. You need to keep that blueberry under your spine. Okay, good. So, inhaling to prepare, exhale to bring one leg up to tabletop. Exhale, deepen that abdominal connection. Soften the ribs as you bring the other leg up to tabletop. Good. Now, this leg is going to stay here, and as you exhale, this leg's going to reach away, and inhale back up to centre. We're just going to do this leg for a start. So exhale down to tap the floor, and exhale up to the top. Sorry, I mixed that up. Exhale away, inhaling up. Good. Exhaling away. Good. Inhaling up. Yeah. Exhaling away, inhaling up. We can swap legs. Exhaling away, inhaling up. Exhaling away, relax the shoulders, inhaling up, exhaling away, inhaling up, exhaling away, inhaling up, exhaling away, inhaling up, exhaling away, inhaling up. Last one. You're doing good. Exhaling away, inhaling up. Now lower one leg to the mat. Relax those ribs. Lower the other leg to the mat. And relax. Good job. Alright, that was the challenging ab portion of our exercise. Now we're going to move on to a little bit of an exercise to strengthen our glutes and also train that neutral spine in a prone position. So just watch me in that position for now. I'm going to get you to come down onto your stomach, folding one hand on top of the other, forehead resting on your hands, letting those shoulder blades glide down the back. Feet are going to be about the width of the mat, and we want to make sure we're in neutral spine here. So if you look at my low back, we don't want to be sinking into that position, but we will gently press your pubic bone into the mat so that we keep that neutral spine. And engage the centre too. Think of lifting that pelvic floor up towards your stomach. So, shoulder blades nice and relaxed. You're going to lift one leg up and reach it so long that the foot and the knee hovers off the mat without letting your hips tip, and lower. And then we're going to do it on the other side. This is called swimming level 1. Alright, so if you'd like to get onto your stomach for me, stacking one hand on top of the other, forehead resting on those hands, thinking of that nice long neck, so a very gentle nod of your chin. Yeah, good. Shoulder blades nice and relaxed down your mat. Now thinking of maintaining that neutral spine, so pubic bone and hips very gently pressing down into the mat, that's good. Now we'll start with this leg. We're going to exhale as you reach that foot long, good. Inhale, exhale, lower back to the floor. Other leg, exhale, reach it long. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower. Other side, exhale, hold, exhale to lower. Inhale to prepare, exhale, reach this leg long. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower. Good, relax those shoulders. Other side, exhaling up, inhaling to hold, exhaling to lower. Inhale, exhale to lift the other leg long. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower. Good, other side, make sure these hips aren't rocking. Exhale, lift that leg up. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower. And other side. Inhale, exhale to hold. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower. One more on each side. Inhale, exhale, lengthen that leg, reaching to the opposite window, and lower. Last one, reaching that leg so long the knee hovers up. Inhale to hold, and lower. Very good. Alright, now coming up onto your hands and knees for me please, Tracy. We're just going to have a little quick stretch to relax, widen those knees, sit your hips back over your heels, and we're going to come into a child's pose. And you can relax your head on the forehead, relax on those shoulders. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths. In through your nose, filling the back of your rib cage, out through your mouth. In through your nose, filling the back of your rib cage, and out. Last one like that. Big breath in, and big breath out. Good. And walk yourself up to sitting. This next exercise we're going to do is called leg pull prep. And what it's going to do, it's going to strengthen your abdominals, and we're also going to add in a little challenge for our shoulders. So, for this exercise, we want to have our shoulders directly over our wrists, our knees right under our hips, toes curling underneath your feet. And we've got to be mindful of our neck position too, that we're not sinking down like that or looking up like that, but keeping that nice long neutral neck, chin gently hanging on to that imaginary peach. So you're going to press through your palms and exhale to let the knees hover, hold this position, and then lower. So it's also called a hover plank. You might have heard this exercise. Cool. So wrists directly under your shoulders. Yep. Knees right under your hips, making sure you've got that neutral spine too. So we don't want you sinking in, neither do you want to be rounding. You want to keep that nice neutral spine. Alright, so chin hanging on to that peach, nice long back of your neck. So nod your chin a little bit more. There you go. Okay, so inhaling, and as you exhale, can you push through your palms to let those knees hover up off the floor, just about an inch. Good. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower. Good. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push through those palms and those feet. Good. Good neutral spine there. And lower. And again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, push through these shoulders. Good. Inhale to hold. Exhale to lower. Good. And again, inhale. Exhale, pushing. Inhale to hold. Exhale to lower. And little rest. You can sit back on your heels if that's comfortable. Give your shoulders a little roll. And we're going to do another set of 5 of those. So shoulder blades nice and wide. Keeping that neutral spine. Back of the neck nice and long. Hanging on to that peach with your chin. Yeah. Okay. Pushing through your palms, letting those knees hover. Hold. And lower. Good. And again, inhale, exhale, pushing up. Hold as you inhale. Exhale to lower. Make sure you're not locking those elbows either. Keep them just a little bit soft. Yeah. Inhale, exhale, pushing up. Inhale, lower. Last one here, gentle nod of that chin, pushing through the palms. Hold. Exhale, lower. Very good. Cool. Okay, this next exercise is called Mermaid. And there's 2 positions we can take for this one. You can either sit cross-legged like this, or if it's comfortable for you, you can sit with your feet in a Z position, as long as both sitting bones are on the mat. So can you feel both? No, we'll go like that. Yeah, cool. So this is to mobilise your thoracic spine, and it's also a really nice stretch for that fascia that sits over there. So I'll show you first. We're going to have one leg reaching up to the side of you. We're going to inhale. Pardon?
One hand.
Yeah, one hand. And then this one is going to reach up and over and reach to the opposite side of the room. And then you'll sit yourself up. Cool. Other side. Reaching up and over. And back to neutral. Good. So making sure both sitting bones are there on the mat. Reaching up and over to the side. Trying to get as much length as you can between your wrist and your fingertips and this hip bone, while keeping both sitting bones on the mat. Inhale, sit yourself up nice and tall. Exhale to go into the other side. Reaching up and over. You can lengthen your elbow if that feels good. You should be feeling the stretch here. Good. We'll do that 2 more times to each side. Good. And the other way. Inhaling up. Exhaling, reaching up and over. And if it feels good, you can even reach a little bit further with that hand to deepen the stretch. Good. Inhaling up to nice tall sitting, shoulders over hips, and the other way. Sliding that hand across, reaching up and over, creating as much length as you can between those fingertips and that sitting bone there. Good. All right. We're nearly there, 2 more moves to go. This next one is going to be foot series. So if you stand yourself up, I'm just going to rearrange the camera. Okay. So this is going to be a squat. So I'll show you to start with. We're going to strengthen our glutes and just teach you how to keep a neutral spine when you're squatting. So feet about hip width apart, knees soft. We're going to inhale, and as you exhale, sit your hips back, keeping your spine neutral. Then exhale back to standing. So squatting back, inhaling back to standing. Good. So squatting back, keeping that neutral spine. Good. Inhaling, standing up tall, pushing those hands away. And again, squatting back. Now when we squat, your knees, that's good, we don't want our knees going past our toes. And standing back up straight. Good. And back down. And back up. So exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, nice and tall with that spine. Good. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. We're running a little bit over time, so you get off the hook today, but your homework is to do 10 of those squats every time you boil the kettle for your morning coffee. Thinking of those sitting bones, sitting backwards, and then pressing forward. Good. Last exercise is a gentle stretch to mobilise your lower back, is a roll down. So watch me once. We're going to nod our chin towards our chest. Just keep the knees soft. Slide your shoulders down and let your spine follow all the way until either your hands reach the floor or you're as far as you can get. Good. Now inhaling at the bottom here, and as you exhale, restacking that spine, one vertebrae at a time, until your hips are over your knees, your shoulders are over your hips, and your head is reaching tall as though you had a helium balloon pulling you up. That's good. And again, nodding that chin towards your chest, letting the shoulders roll forward, keep the knees soft, roll below the mid-back, below back, all the way to the floor, then restacking your spine as you roll back up. Good, as though you're lining yourself up against a wall. Now this time try not let your bottom sit back. We want to keep you upright through those legs. So rolling that head down, letting the shoulders roll. Don't let the bottom go back. Rolling forward. Good. Relaxing the head there. You can do a couple nods and a couple shakes of your head to relax those neck muscles. And last, roll all the way up, all the way through your spine until you're standing nice and tall. Take a big